Hey everyone, Jake here, and by now you probably already know that the Super Mario Bros. Movie is full of Easter eggs, nods, and references. Well, we have seen the movie, and here are 48 we caught in our first screening. Now, the first section here is going to be light spoilers, while the second section will feature details that have not really been hinted at in pre-release materials. So if you're trying to go in blind, this is your warning. But that's enough setup. Let's get to our Yoshi eggs. I mean Easter egg. Number 1, Luigi has a green smartphone with a cracked screen. Its ringtone is the GameCube startup noise. Classic. 2, the default contact icon on Luigi's phone looks like it's a V. No, not Mario. I mean a me with that same jagged triangle haircut. 3, in Brooklyn, Mario and Luigi run through a construction site being worked on by what seems like members of the Wrecking Crew from the classic NES game. The elements of this particular urban landscape actually recreate level 1-1 from the original Super Mario Bros. Game. Crazy attention to detail here. 4, and that scene ends with Mario grabbing a tall flag-like sign for a fast food restaurant called Burger Castle, complete with flag-grabbing sound effects. It looks exactly like the castle at the end of World 1-1, but probably with better food. 5, we actually meet Foreman Spike from Wrecking Crew, and in that game, he attempts to stop Mario from completing his missions, and he's a similar thorn in the brothers' side in the movie. He's seen wearing a little patch with a logo of himself on it too. Detail 6, in Mario's bedroom, we see he has an NES and even plays Kid Icarus on a little TV. So Nintendo exists in this universe, but Mario isn't their mascot. That can't be good for sales. Good. 7, above that TV is a model R-Wing from Star Fox. 8, and NES Kung Fu and sports games can be seen in Mario's room here as well. 9, there's a Punch-Out pizzeria that appears to be the local hangout for the Mario Brothers in Brooklyn, and given its name, you see a bunch of Punch-Out characters in picture frames on the walls, like Bear Hugger, Little Mac, Glass Joe, Doc Lewis, and more. But detail 10 is that there's more to just Punch-Out in that pizzeria. There's even a Donkey Kong arcade machine, except Donkey Kong has been replaced with a large white Yeti, and the game is labeled Jumpman. 11, in one conversation, Mario is asked about why plumbers would wear white gloves, and he responds, "Gotta stand out somehow," a possible reference to the design principles of the original Mario sprite in order to create separation from his body and be clearly readable, leading to the iconic mustachioed hero we know today. 12, there is a bar called Chase and Canard, which is, I guess, French for duck hunting. 13, there is a balloon fight themed car wash. 14, and though it's only on screen for a bit and kind of out of view, there's some kind of tropical storefront with shine in its name, likely referencing Super Mario Sunshine. 15, the DK rap briefly appears in the movie, though it's only one short segment looped over and over and over.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well.
16, Diddy Kong briefly appears in the movie alongside Dixie and Chunky. 17, Diddy plays the bongos here too, just like he did in Donkey Konga. 18, in Donkey Kong's world, you can briefly see a map of the region in the style of Super Mario World's map. 19, in Donkey Kong's fight against Mario, he does a bunch of moves straight from Smash Bros, like a ground pound and a charged clap smash attack. Wait, what's the meta here? Who has the advantage in Smash, Donkey Kong or Mario? What's the tier list? I need to know. 20, and before you see this movie, you might want to revisit the Donkey Kong arcade game, because there's a ton of music from that title used throughout the fight, some in places that you may not expect. 21, when the gang is choosing their own unique carts, it's in a style just like Mario Kart 8, complete with a large A button confirming their selection, and it's even accompanied by appropriate Mario Kart menu music and sound effects. 22, and upon reaching Rainbow Road, the music from the original SNES track plays. 23, Mario performs all sorts of nostalgic moves in the movie, including his helicopter jump. All right, there it is. Those are your 23 light spoiler details. From here on out, we're going juicy, baby, okay? So if you're like, oh man, we're only a day away from this movie, I can hold out. This is your chance to get out. But for those that want to hear the big spoilers, here we go. 24. Charles Martinet voices two characters in this movie. One is named Giuseppe. He's an obvious homage to the original Jumpman. He hangs around the Punch-Out Pizzeria and looks like drawings of Mario from the 80s. The other character that Charles Martinet voices is Mario's dad.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
That's right, Papa. It's extremely cute. 25. That's right, Mario and Luigi have parents and other family members in this world. They all sit down to have a pasta dinner together, where it's revealed that 26, Mario actually strongly dislikes mushrooms. Gonna have to ask some Italians how they feel about this. 27, Mario's dad bears a strong resemblance to Talon, and Mario's uncle looks like Ingo, both characters from Zelda Ocarina of Time that were originally references to Mario and Luigi. So now we're referencing a reference that refers back. 28, during a flashback, we get a look at baby Mario and baby Luigi looking exactly like how they do in the games. 29. When a blue-shelled Koopa attacks the gang during the Mario Kart segment, it goes full winged kamikaze desperation mode, blowing up the heroes and an entire section of Rainbow Road. It is, at this point in time, unclear if the Koopa survived that brutal attack. Detail 30, Bowser throws a wedding in his white suit and top hat from Super Mario Odyssey. Loved seeing that costume here. I've got that amiibo. 31, guests at the wedding include King Boo, and 32, King Babam, Royal recognizes Royal. 33, the eel enemy from Mario 64 makes an appearance looking bigger and more menacing than ever. 34, at one point we're in an expensive New York apartment and there is what appears to be a Pikmin statue. What's that about? I don't know. 35, Mario and Luigi team up to execute the famous So Long Bowser move from Mario 64, in which Bowser is spun around by the tail and thrown away. 36, in celebration, Mario and Luigi perform a wiggly-fingered handshake, super reminiscent of what they do in the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie. Detail 37, your princess is in another castle. This classic line is used when Toads, guarding Peach's castle, are trying to get Mario to go away. 38, our main Toad distracts those guards by cooking for them, just like how he does in Captain Toad. 39, Pauline makes an appearance on television. It looks like she's the mayor of New York City. 40, when racing along Rainbow Road, Mario drifts to get blue, orange, and purple sparks, releasing them to get mini turbos, just like in the games. 41, though Peach lives in the Mushroom Kingdom, she's actually not originally from there. She's a human that somehow wandered in as a baby. 42, the movie's post-credit scene reveals a Yoshi egg has made its way to Brooklyn and is beginning to hatch. 43, the underground sewer system that Mario explores is labeled Level 1-2 by a sign, obviously referring to the first underground stage of Super Mario Bros. 44, at one point in the movie, Mario and DK ride a rocket barrel that looks exactly like the same item in Donkey Kong Country Returns. 45, a storefront in New York says Discoon and features this guy. 46, also in New York, there are a couple of advertisements for luck cards, referencing Nintendo's history of making playing cards. 47, an ice-themed store features a polar bear from Ice Climbers, and that same polar bear shows up on a poster in Mario's Mushroom Kingdom themed apartment. 48, the Blue Falcon from F-Zero is also hanging out in the same spot. Whoo, and there you have it. That is 48 references, details, nods, whatever you want to call them, from the Super Mario Brothers movie. Make sure to check out other videos on the channel if you want to hear more, including our sweet review. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.